Hello, children. Good morning. How are you? Uh, there is a partial good news and partial bad news for us. The good news is that the schools are opening from 3rd of February, from 8th to 12th. That means we'll be meeting the students of 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th in the school. We'll be going to school and we'll be meeting some students of those we'll be meeting the students of those classes. But the bad news is that you children have to sit back at home for some more time. The schools are not opening for class 5, 6, and 7 or below 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 to 7. The schools are not opening for classes 1 to 7. That is a bad news, because had the school opened for class 5 also, then we would have got the opportunity to meet or interact face to face. As I have not seen your face, ever, because you are in fourth standard or third standard. Then you are promoted to fourth standard. Then now you are in fifth. But when you came to the secondary section, that is fifth. By that time, the school had already closed for this pandemic. Due to the pandemic, schools had been closed. So we did not get the opportunity to meet each other, because I never take any classes for the primary section. That's why I could not see you, anybody of you. So we could have got the opportunity to interact with each other. Of course, class 8, I have taught them in 6th, so physically, in the physical class. So I have seen them, I have interacted with them. Class 7, I have interacted with them. When they were in class 5, I have taught them. So I know them by face. But I don't know you by face, because you are in the primary section and I was not teaching the primary section. So this is a bad news for me personally, that the schools are not opening for class 1 to 7. Anyway, wait for some more time. Certainly a good day will come when you all will also come to the school. Today, we'll be reading one chapter which is not in the syllabus. I'm repeating it. I'll again repeat that this chapter is not in the syllabus, but we'll be reading it for your knowledge, because this is a very important chapter. Our environment. This is not in the syllabus. I don't want you to be loaded with too many chapters in the syllabus, but this chapter will give you a good idea about our environment, what we should do to protect our environment, what are the harmful effects of pollution of environment, and all these things. How to protect our environment, you'll have an idea. But this is not in syllabus. No questions will come from this chapter. So let us see what is written. Our environment. The term environment comes from the French word environner, which means to surround. To surround means all around. To surround. People, plants, animals, land, air, water, roads, houses, and everything around us is our environment. These are called components of the environment. So what are the components of the environment? Anything which surrounds us, like people, plants, animals, land, air, water, roads, houses, and everything else which surround us. These are the components of environment. Components of the environment. On the basis of origin, the components of the environment can be broadly divided into two types: natural components and human-made components. Let us see. Let us read about natural components. The natural components are created by nature. Plants, animals, people, land, air, and water are a few examples. See, so nice pond, ducks, greenery, water. These are all natural environment. Living things such as they make up the natural environment. The natural components are divided into two types: biotic and abiotic. Biotic, abiotic. Living things such as plants, animals, and people are biotic components. They make up the biosphere. Non living things such as land, water, and air are called abiotic components. These things, these three, what are the three? Land, water, and air. They are the abiotic components. These three make up the main domains: lithosphere, that is land, hydrosphere, that is water, and atmosphere, that is air. Atmosphere means air. Again, I'll read this paragraph. Non-living things such as land, water, and air are called abiotic components. These three make up the three main domains: lithosphere, that is land makes up lithosphere; hydrosphere, that is water makes up hydrosphere; and atmosphere, that is air makes up the atmosphere. Human made components. Up to now we have read about the natural components. Now we'll read about the human made components. The human made components are created by people. Houses, roads, factories, and the different means of transport are few examples. They make up the human made environment. Now, interdependence of and between different regions of the world. Interdependence of and between. This means, I'll tell you the meaning of it. Interdependence means depending on each other. Depending on each other of and between different regions of the world. The dependence between two or more people, things, countries, or regions on each other is known as interdependence. Nowadays, most countries are interdependent on one another for the exchange of goods that they cannot produce or consume themselves. Interdependence among different countries has become strong through international trade, and this has resulted in globalization. Thus, people living in different countries can now fulfill many of their needs through interdependence. For example, the car manufacturing companies of Europe and the USA import rubber for tires from Southeast Asian countries. The chocolate manufacturing companies of Europe import cocoa from the tropical regions of South America, Africa, and Asia. The chocolate manufacturing companies of Europe import cocoa from the tropical regions of South America, Africa, and Asia. Merino wool is imported from Australia. Petroleum is imported from West Asia, and so on. And so on. What are the natural events? You have read in class 4 that volcanic eruption is a natural cause of air pollution. Oh, sorry. We'll be reading this heading first. Impact of local events on global environment. The world is now a global village. Very often, events in one part of the world affect the entire world. Local events, whether natural or human-made, impact the global environment in different ways. Let us find out how. I'll read this once more. The world is now a global village. Very often, events in one part of the world affect the entire world. Local events, whether natural or human-made, impact the global environment in different ways. Let us find out how. Natural events. You have read in class 4 that volcanic eruption is a natural cause of air pollution. When volcanic ash, dust, and gas such as sulfur dioxide are released into the atmosphere, wind can take it to far off places. This can block the sunlight from reaching the Earth's surface and make the Earth cooler. For example, the release of sulfur dioxide due to eruption of Mount Pinatubo this is a volcano, Mount Pinatubo, in the Philippines in 1991 caused the global temperature to drop by 0.5 degrees Celsius for the next 2-3 years because the Earth was not receiving sufficient sunlight. The air was covered by the sulfur dioxide. There are other examples. The eruption of, what is this? Asia Phialojokul. Asia Phialojokul. That is pronounced as Aya Phiatia Jokuti. My God. Aya Phiatia Jokuti. Aya Phiatia Jokuti. This is pronounced as. See, this spelling, this pronunciation and this pronunciation is so different. Aya Phiatia Jokuti volcano in Iceland in 2010 released a large amount of volcanic ash into the atmosphere. This posed a serious threat to air traffic as hot ash particles can clog the turbines of aeroplanes and cause engine failure. This disrupted the movement of aeroplanes in northwest Europe for many days. Besides, before going further, I'll show you in the picture volcanic ash from this one, Aya Phiatia Jokuti. Aya Phiatia Jokuti disrupted air traffic in northwest Europe for many days. Okay, besides these, just a second, let me open up the page. Besides these, the release of other gases such as carbon dioxide and water vapor can lead to global warming. Okay, today we'll read up to this only. What are the natural events which can cause problems which can cause environment pollution? That has been given here. So, next class, I'll be sending you the recording of the further paragraphs which have been mentioned in the book. This is only for your knowledge. This chapter will not come in the examination. No question from this chapter will come in the examination. This is confirmed, that I am telling you. Only for your knowledge, because environment is a very important topic. You should know about environment. You should know where you are living. You should know your surroundings. You should know what are the things happening, how the environment is getting polluted, how to protect your environment. Okay? Bye, children.